That is your opening bell for the month of July and the start of the second quarter, the third quarter, the second half of the year 2022. Welcome everyone to Frontier. Opening bell is a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We make it thus far. The world wants to forget the first half of the year. More than $2 trillion wiped off the global market space. No thanks to the Russia's war in the Ukraine. It's been a very eventful first half of the year. So this is how some of the markets across Frontier Africa finished off on the final trading day of June, effectively ending the second quarter. Nigerian market went up by 0.03% on the back of few gains in the banking sector, FBN Holdings, Union Bank, and a few big names, by the way. The BRVM ended positive by 34 basis points. The market in Egypt for the final trading day of the week, 50 basis points in the green. The Nairobi Bourse continue on that growth trajectory, 1.34%, while the GSE, the biggest exchange on the African continent, fell 2.25%, in line with the emerging and developed markets. A big rout across stock markets in the month of June. But that's how we just finished the closing index, and we say goodbye to June, and now let's welcome the month of July. What's making the headlines this Friday as we head into the weekend, and then we've got a start of the full trading week on Monday. So let's get on today to look at the top stories. Kenya's June inflation data is likely to be at the upper limit of what the Njoroge Central Bank is forecasting, 7.5%. Investors in Kenya are taking about 30% stake in GoTV for free. Congratulations to those investors. And Kenya's new 10% phone tax will start today, the 1st of July. Keep that in mind. And Mauritius' first quarter 2022 current account gap or deficit narrows about $340 million, while MTN Uganda has snapped one of the top executives of Safaricom to become the new CEO of MTN Uganda, effective the 1st of September. Sylvia Mulinge, she's the new CEO of MTN and will be sitting in Kampala. Okay, let's see what's moving the needle in West Africa, where OPEC and non-OPEC members yesterday in Austria, virtually speaking, decided to leave all parameters, this production quota, and adjustment unchanged for the month of August, and left everyone hanging about what happens from September onwards. So the 648,000 barrels per day that will be coming through in the month of August has now been affirmed, one day at a time. That's the unspoken word at the OPEC Plus meeting. It's been a 2-day meeting of OPEC Plus and non-OPEC members. Oil prices fell on the back of the news of that do nothing, as it were, quoted unquote, by OPEC and non-OPEC oil-producing countries. The FMDQ, Securities Exchange in Nigeria, has admitted Eat and Go's Finance SPV PLC, 3.5 billion naira was what is on the table, which has been listed on the FMDQ. The entire program is a whole lot bigger than that. And Fitch Ratings, one of the world's top 3 rating agencies, yesterday evening released a new report that says the central bank's unorthodox or unusual monetary policy will now be able to tame Nigeria's runaway inflation, now at about 17.4%, coming through from 16.5% or so in the month of April. The June figure is expected anytime soon in the next couple of days. Fitch Ratings says Nigeria needs to deal with this unusual monetary policy issue to curb inflation, which the central bank is trying to handle. And of course, it will take a whole lot more interest rate hike to be able to bring inflation down to around single digits. And Ghana has been able to sell 420 million worth of CDs in treasury bills, 14-day treasury bills. The yield on those papers was at about 19%. And in DR Congo, the IMF is ready to give the administration of President Tshisekedi $203 million. That's already on the table in terms of financing. On the other hand, the GDP outlook for DR Congo is now being lowered from 6.4% to 6.1%. The review by the IMF of DR Congo has now in Central Africa has now been completed. And let's see what the Southern Africa is looking like. The load shedding by Eskom is still head-scratching. It's now at level 6. And there were rumors around whether there will be a strike action or some protest by workers of Eskom. That is still on the table. In the meantime, we've got a raft of economic data out of Africa's most advanced economy. Budget deficit at 17.13 billion for the month of May. The country's private sector credit went up 5.4% in the month of May as we saw a further reopening in the first half of the year out of the coronavirus pandemic period. Trade surplus, 28.35 billion rand. Agriculture, mining, industries are coming back strongly on stream in South Africa. And Angola, Africa's largest oil producer, is planning to ship a 1.08 million barrels of crude oil in the month of August. That's according to shipping calendar that was reported on by Bloomberg. And Zimbabwe's plan to start minting gold to curb inflation and try to keep the Zimbabwean dollar afloat is interesting to investors. It's music to their ears, as it were. Keep that in mind. Let's sum it up in North Africa. And Afreximbank yesterday announced that Algeria is now becoming the 52nd member of the Trade Finance DFI headquartered in Cairo, Egypt. Algeria is Africa's 4th largest economy, the 9th by population, and a very critical member of the African Union. Now, the Ministry of Finance of Algeria will now be holding the interests of a Class A shareholder shares of Algeria, Democratic Republic of Algeria in Afreximbank. That announcement came yesterday. Congratulations. Out of 54 African Union members, we now have just about 2 or 3 countries left to become members of the member state of the Afreximbank. Egypt is looking to offer several petrochemical projects to the private sector. That's according to the Prime Minister, who was speaking sometime earlier in the week. And Elsewedy Electric is getting about $150 million 7-year financing from the International Finance Corporation, which is the private sector lending arm of the World Bank. In the meantime, Egypt and Algeria have signed about 13 cooperation deals. It's all the way from the land of the pharaohs to Algeria, around the north of the continent. And that is one good news there. And Morocco's beverage company SBM says there is no plan to sell Euro-African waters. That's in the news. That has now been laid to rest. Let's rest it there for today, everyone. That's your Frontier opening bell this Friday, the 1st of July. I am Bosin Amofai. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. We have a lot to talk about next week when we return bright and early on Monday. Go on our website, frontierafricareports.com. You can see this show as well as our other shows on energy and other videos on our YouTube at Frontier Africa Reports. You can subscribe. It is free, everyone. Also remember to follow us on our social media handles on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye for now.